Hey guys, and welcome to Behind the Launch, the place where we do honest interviews with successful online entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Pieter DuPreez. Imagine you can pick up an app that will help you organize your life, organize your schedule, and maximize your time in order to be successful by simply following small goals in order to achieve a bigger one. And now you can. That's why I'm really excited to have Ben Marray on the episode today to talk us through his new product called FruitPhul, which is all about ensuring success with simple, achievable goals. Let's get right to it. Hi, Ben, and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. And thanks again for making the time. I know how hectic it is with pre-launch to get everything ready. But I had to get you on the show because this is a very interesting product / software you're launching. It's not the normal things out there. And I definitely think my audience will find benefit from this product. But before we get into that, please tell us a bit more about yourself and actually how did this whole idea come up for the product?
So I ran a survey to my list to see what I could create that would help them, and what are kind of the things that are stopping them from making money online quickly, or whatever it is they're trying to get accomplished with their marketing. And because if they're not making money, then I'm not going to make money. So it's important to really figure out what, because there's a lot of people aren't they're kind of stuck in the same place and not really having success. And after talking to a lot of people, seeing what they thought that they needed, most people are kind of stagnant and they're focused on the wrong place. They're focused on the wrong things when they're trying to grow their business faster, and their personal life too. Goals they're trying to accomplish there. And from someone who is able to get to the 7-figure range, I can tell that kind of they're making some of the mistakes that I did, where they're focused on the wrong things, the wrong things that are going to bring leverage to their business. They're focusing on lower leverage tasks, things that aren't going to save a lot of time long term. And when going back and thinking, what was it that helped me when I was kind of focused and kind of stuck at the same place? What was it that helped me get from 400 per month to over $1 million in just a few months after that? It was really first finding outsourcers and people to automate and delegate lower leverage tasks, or tasks that won't save my business a lot of time long term. And more importantly, setting up like a productivity system that would help me accomplish things 10 times faster than my competition, specifically a tool that I developed that I can demonstrate here in a little bit. And the thing I just want to stress is that another tool isn't really going to solve your business's problem. There's a lot of people I talk to where it seemed like if they just bought the next offer, or the next kind of shiny video creator, then that was their business and that was going to fix everything. And I was kind of stuck in the same way too. So everyone's not going to be interested in this offer here, the training and the course, because they're kind of still stuck in the same kind of shiny object land. And that's okay. But for those who they're ready to start scaling their business, start saving a lot of time, that they're valuing time as a very important asset. Well, I've been able to compile my productivity knowledge and the knowledge of many experts into a training called FruitPhul Reboot Camp Training, and a brand new software that I've been using that's helped me become 100% more productive and really get kind of 10 years worth of work done in 1 year right off the bat. So that's what that's all about. That's where this came from. And it's a training and also a software all combined in one.
Okay, cool. So, and I mean, I do like the name a lot. It's very catchy, FruitPhul. So, I mean, essentially, this is not how to make money online, how to, effectively outsource. Is that how to outsource in the training, or is it more to do with how to manage your time and make sure you don't spend or you don't waste any time? And if you spend time on trivial tasks like, say, posting in Facebook groups, you can actually see that takes a lot of your time, and then you have to outsource that for with a virtual assistant, for example.
Yeah, exactly. So this comes from two productivity rules that I kind of learned about, and probably everyone here knows, or at least most people call it. One called the 80-20 rule, also
Mm-hmm.
called Pareto principle. And if you don't know what that is, well, it's basically a rule from a guy who lived a long time ago who found out that most of the land in Italy was owned by just 20% of the population. So 20% of the population owned 80% of the land. And then that got him interested, and it turned out that, well, that's how most of the land in all the countries were owned, that there was just a few people who actually owned most of the land. And it turned out that if you apply this kind of 80-20 rule thinking, that there's 20% of certain tasks or actions that produce actually most of the results, it applies in just about everything. In Microsoft, for example, they use it, if they can identify, 20% of certain bugs, then they'll get rid of 80% of tickets. 80% of errors. And that's important to apply to your business, especially if you want to rapidly grow, rapidly make money online. But the thing is, it's kind of hard to put the Pareto principle into a systematized format where you don't have to think or anything like that. It's good as a general rule of thumb, but not like a real system. So what this training does is first, it puts this into a real system that you can follow, and then you can use a software that's going to make it even easier to follow. And basically all you have to do is you have to log into the software. You'll see a list of like color-coded tasks that are assigned like a different leverage value. I'll add a little bit more whenever I show this in just a second here, where certain colors mean that if you do that task first, it's going to bring more leverage to your business long term. Some other stuff, if you do that, if you spend all your time doing that, well, you're never going to really make money online. You're not going to progress a lot faster, so you probably want to do those later. Yeah. Or outsource them, which is another big thing that you're going to learn in the training, where even if you don't think you have enough money to start hiring and delegating, you ought to, because it turns out that if you spend most of your time on lower level stuff, things like answering support tickets, that's someone has to do that. You can't just not do customer support, but things like integrating payment processors, coding a web page. That stuff that as a CEO, if you spend all your time doing, you're never going to really make any money long term. You should be focusing on high leverage stuff like creating a brand new product or figuring out a pain point or coming up with a long-term brand. Yes. So that's the kind of stuff you need to be focusing on. What the training's going to teach you, along with a lot more stuff, and also the app. So what I can do here is share.
Before we go into this share, just before we go into the details, so what I like about this is it teaches you also how to manage your time. But what I like about the goals is you kind of micro-segment your goals, and through these teachings you learn just to do the small stuff will accomplish the bigger goal, and it ramps up, if you can say it that way. But who is this for? Is this for someone that's already making money online, has got a business but it's not going anywhere and he wants to ramp up? Or is this someone that wants to start a new business or anything like that? Because the one thing I do know is everyone says it's all about the mindset, and you have to commit time and effort into creating an online business to generate income. And I think this suits exactly that. It kind of teaches you how to be committed and be scheduled with your time, which also gives you a great mindset. But from your perspective, who is this for? Who qualifies for this?
Anyone who values their time and wants to get something done a lot faster. So this can be anyone from a brand new marketer starting out, which I highly recommend doing, to someone who's already making tens of thousands of dollars online and wants to make even more money than that. Like some of the outsourcing stuff, you need to be doing that right away, because if you focus on the lower leverage stuff, then you're actually costing yourself money in the long term, because you're not focusing on the stuff that's actually going to produce you money. And basically, if you want to make money online faster, if you want to lose weight, if you want to do this faster, then there's a systematized way of doing tasks for that goal that if you do them, it's going to accomplish the goal way faster. So, whatever you want, whether it's offline or online, doesn't have to just be about making money faster. This is important and something that you can get your return on pretty much like in a week or even a few days from just going through some of the training.
Yes, I mean that's an important point you mentioned. It's for any goal. I mean, most of my audience watching is they're here to make money online and try out different methods. So this will help them to be more constructive with their time. But like you said, if someone want to lose weight and set that goal, this will also help them to, achieve the smaller goals to eventually achieve the bigger goal. But yeah, fantastic. So can we jump into a demo to see what it's all about?
Yeah, let me just show you real quick.
Okay.
You can see what it's all about here. All right, so first you'll get access to this, let me show you the product box here, FruitPhul Reboot Camp Training. Now what this is a success rewiring of your brain and biology. Now it's not a bunch of like latest hacks or latest way to hack Facebook for a few cents or anything like that. And there's not any like weird mind tricks or anything. It's an actual system that you can follow and act and think the same way that successful people do. So you can basically be able to do 10 years worth of work as it takes your competitor to do one, and that's obviously really huge to doing anything. Now the training here, it's integrated on something called teachable.com, so it's not just a bunch of kind of crappy PowerPoint videos or something like that maybe you've gotten used to in the past. Everything's broken down real nice, so you can go through it to see how what progress you're making, where you left off. Also, it helps us see what videos you went through, where you're at, where you're stuck at, because the whole point again is to actually get you results and making you money with this. Because from my business perspective, if you're making a lot of money, then I'm going to be able to sell you even higher coaching stuff, so I make more money. So I go through this extra mile, or put in the extra effort to make sure that you're actually going to go through and do this. And then this training is like 59 HD videos, all on the front end. You get access to all at once. And then if you click on some of these, you can see, you can watch the video there. You can download it. You can also download the WAV file, listen to it wherever you want. And there's certain exercises and resources for each one. And then a few things you'll learn. Just break that down here. You'll be able to get this breakthrough strategy of accomplishing goals in 1/100th of the time it normally takes. You're going to learn that. We just started talking about that. Outsourcing, scaling, and hiring strategies. This is going to help put your business on autopilot. Now, I know that there's a lot, you're probably getting hit with a lot of offers that say, this certain app or this certain trick is going to get you income on autopilot. Now, the only true way to put your business on autopilot is outsourcing and hiring people. That's the only way I figured it out. So this is very important for you, if you really want a business that runs passively. You're just going to get things like how to get more energy, stop and reverse things that are sabotaging you from being productive and being successful. Ways to go into personal success rituals. We probably don't have time to cover all that here, but that's another important thing that people don't really talk about. A way to make hard tasks easy to complete no matter how tired you are. You can imagine how important that is. So basically, you can get a lot of information all at once, and this course can easily be a whole product just by itself. Now, in addition to the course, you're also going to get access to the software. I have it up right here. And this is the software that's going to help automate all the knowledge in the actual training. So you go through the training, you go through some tutorials for the software. What's really going to help make sure that you have success and save a lot of time and make money a lot faster is that you're going to have an actual app to help all this process for you. So I'm just going to do a brief overview of how it works. We don't have time to go into every single little thing you can do. But basically what you want to do is you can choose a goal, whether it's losing weight, making your first $1,000 online, something like that. And then you want to break it up into actionable steps that you want to do. For example, if we were trying to lose 50 pounds of weight the next month, you could break it down into actionable steps, like you'd have to prepare some healthy meals. You'd have to go actually work out at the gym. You have to go pick up the food, grocery shopping. Those are all things that relate to that task. And then what you want to do is assign a leverage score to it based on how much leverage it's going to bring to your accomplishing that goal. Like I said, there's certain tasks that this goes back to the Pareto principle, that if you do them, they're going to yield most of the results. So wouldn't it make sense to break the task and do the steps that you have to do in a certain order, where if you did one of them, it would make all the other ones easier. Or if you did a few in this certain way, you'd be able to get the goal done in half the time it would take other people. So anyway, what you want to do here is you can go here to create task, a goal, or goal, enter a name here, and then assign a leverage value 1 to 10. And then over here you can see that, for example, prepare healthy meals. I gave this one a score of 8 compared to grocery shopping, because if you think about it, if you don't know what meals you're going to cook specifically to lose the weight, then it's kind of hard to go grocery shopping. Yeah, you can go buy some foods at the grocery store, vegetables and stuff you think that will help you lose weight. If you don't have a plan done before you go to the grocery store, well, you're going to waste a lot of time at the grocery store shopping if you don't exactly know what to get for the meal. So you probably want to come up with a meal game plan or find a dietitian first. Same with like refining an exercise, coming up with an exercise routine. I gave that one a 9 for losing weight. Because if you don't know what exercises to do at the gym that are going to help you lose weight fastest, what's the point of going to the gym? Now, if you want to lose weight, you can go to the gym and run on the treadmill and think that, well, maybe this might help. But wouldn't it make sense to come up with a real exercise routine, maybe from an expert or that you research online, so that whenever you go to the gym, you can spend the least amount of work there, but get the most results. And this is just a quick example. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into it. This is just a quick example, but I think you understand the idea of the leverage scores here.
Yes. So while you're on the screen, do the course actually teach you how to set your goals? Because someone looking at this, they've got their bigger goal, but they're not sure how to break it down. So does the course actually, that 59 module or videos, actually teach you exactly how to break it up?
Yeah, exactly. So there's going to be a lot more training, obviously, than a quick video on here. Yeah. But there's going to be in the training. Plus, you're going to get a whole additional free course on just the software to make sure that you understand it totally.
Okay.
Then next, you're going to build what I call MicroToDo Lists. Now, one other thing I want to point out, this is important, is that each leverage score 1 to 10 will be assigned a color next to it. That's going to come into play whenever you go to here. And then what you want to do is build strategic, what I call micro-to-do lists each day, so that basically you can wake up each day, you look at this list, what you need to do, and then you just follow the colors based on how much leverage it will bring. And these tasks, they won't be just tasks you have to do like a normal to-do list, but they're called micro tasks, meaning that they're small parts of your main goal, or even small parts of these tasks. Now, the reason for that is, and I'll explain it in just a second here, but let me demonstrate what I mean. So, for example, we had prepare healthy meals for the week. That was one of the things we had to do. But maybe coming up with a whole meal plan, that's kind of stressful for you, or it takes a lot of work. It's something that you could procrastinate about and then just put off and then never do. Well, what you could do is break it down into an even smaller baby step. For example, prepare healthy dinners for the night, or prepare just one healthy dinner. Yep. Then you write that down, click it to add. So you have to do it today, and then you can click on it and then sync it to the main task of prepare healthy meals for the week. Now, the reason you want to do this is, first, it's a lot easier to get started with just coming up with one dinner than planning the whole year's worth of dinners or the whole month's worth of dinners. Mm-hmm. And it's going to help you keep track to know that when you do this task of preparing a healthy dinner, that relates to that, this color relates to this higher leverage value. So if you do this task, that was like a leverage score of 8 or 9, I think. So whenever you see the things you have to complete, then you know that this blue thing, well, this is something I want to do first, because that relates to this activity that's going to bring us a lot of leverage and accomplish losing 50 pounds a lot faster. That's something I want to do first. And it's going to help the software track it, which you're going to see in a second, so you know where your time's actually going. Mm-hmm. So another example could be, say we have, say we put work on marketing videos in our business as a leverage activity of 5, and that's something we need to do. We can put down, just do the greens. If we're feeling lazy that day, we can just write down a small micro task of fix green screen for a video. You can add it, click on it, then sync to the goal of, for example, marketing videos. And if you don't want to create all these lever assigned task goal selection, you can just choose one of the default leverage scores, like that was leverage value 5. Created. Okay, now we have a fixed green screen that's a leverage value of 5. So yeah, we want to do the healthy meal stuff first, but then next we probably want to do the green screen. And then if this was like 1, then whenever we're tired and procrastinating, then we can do like the low leverage stuff where it's probably not that hard to do anyway, since it's a lower leverage activity.
Okay, 2 quick questions. So number 1, this is cloud-based software, right? So you can access this from anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And the next question kind of ties in with the same question. How long does it actually take to set up all these tasks? I mean, someone looking at this, it might look tedious with a lot of tasks, which will take you hours to set up. How long does it take, and can you do all this from your mobile phone?
Yeah, it's cloud-based, so anywhere you have an internet connection, you can do. And you can go all in and put half an hour's worth of effort each day into coming up with all the tasks, or you can just use it for like 5 minutes a week. Put the most important things that you need to do each day or accomplish during the week on there. There's actually a weekly view. Right now I'm in a daily view, but you can switch to a weekly view and just use it for like 5 minutes to know the major high leverage stuff that you need to be doing that week to get major progress by the end of the week. So yeah, you can use this for like probably as little as 5 to 10 minutes each week to save maybe hours and hours of time during the week. So that's not really a problem.
Nice.
Now,
okay, sorry to interrupt. Just one more thing. I mean, it just came to mind, but essentially, this kind of help you get your mindset right to achieve whatever goal you need to achieve. And the thing is, so like you say, you could put a goal, do like a 20-minute exercise, or eat one healthy meal or whatever. But the point is, the software also kind of, because it's a task you have to complete, this also kind of reminds you. And then over time, it takes you, I think, 5 days to do something repetitively to make it become a habit. So then on day 6, if you don't do your 20-minute exercise, for example, then you kind of feel bad, and the software also said this, you were supposed to do that. But like you said, you can also delay it, but obviously the high impact tasks you want to do no matter what, no matter how tired you are, because that will make a huge impact. That will make that 80% impact on your goal.
Yeah, exactly. So of course, there's a bunch of other stuff you can do. You can set an exact time to do it. So for example, there's some people saying, well, I don't have time to wake up right when I'm most productive. I have to go to work. Well, you can assign yourself a time when you get home. So say like 9 to 11, that's the time that I'm going to work on my business. So make yourself show up for it. Because there's a big difference between just saying, if I have some energy at the end of work, I'm going to go ahead and work on my business or my big goal. Yeah. Then saying, okay, I'm going to assign myself a time to fix green screen videos at 9 p.m. and I'm going to have to show up for it just like it was my job. So you can actually assign yourself times here. If there's things that you can't do, you can set to remind later. So whenever you go to work on your business or losing weight, these are tasks that you can immediately do right now, so you don't have to procrastinate or sit around wondering, well, I need to get this done, but I can't do it right now. And then you can go over here to where it says complete, and then you can time yourself as you're doing the green screen, or you can enter it manually. What this does is, you don't have to do this for every single task, but it's important to do maybe like once a week or so. Because it's going to allow the app to track where your time is really going. So it's not enough to have a system and have color and have all the important tasks and have them micro tasks so you can do them right away. But it's going to track where all your time is going to what leverage values. So for example, you go to analytics.
And for me, that's the beauty of this. And one thing that immediately came to mind is with online business, and you say you want to do a promotion, you need to hit someone up. Well, in my example, I need to go hit someone up on Facebook, invite for interview, all that stuff. But a lot of the times I find myself catching something from another partner or friend of mine on Facebook. And then from there you kind of, drill into that. And then at the end of the day, instead of taking 15 minutes to get on Facebook, get the invitation out, you spend like 2 hours and all your time is gone.
Yeah, so you can go quickly into the analytics here and then see exactly where your time is being broken down, whether it's to actual leverage values or to even the specific kind of tasks that you've assigned here and that you've synced to. So You know, for example, if you think that, hey, I'm making a lot of progress, I'm focusing on, leverage 10, 9, 8 stuff, and then you go into the analytics and it's like, well, most of your time is going to leverage 1, 2, and 3. Well, that means that you're just kind of telling yourself that you're making progress, but really you're still static. You're not going anywhere. You're not going to make money online, or you're not going to accomplish a lot fast. So this allows you to hold yourself accountable and go in there, and if something's wrong, just go ahead and make the changes. And so you can save a lot more time and get a lot more done fast.
So, to summarize that, kind of tell you two things. So the one thing is where are you spending most of your time? And like you say, if it's leverage 1 or 2 things, then okay, that takes most of my time. So that's basically impacting my business. So because it's such trivial tasks, rather get an outsourcer, a virtual assistant to do that for you. So you free up a lot of time. And the other thing is as well, like I said, say for example, I know an invite should take me 10 to 15 minutes. But then if at the end of the week, I see the 5 invites took me like 4 hours, then I know there's something. I don't necessarily have to outsource it, but I know I'm doing something wrong. I need to bring that down from 4 hours to hour and 20 minutes or whatever. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah, so you want to start outsourcing the stuff that's costing you time and the lower leverage stuff. And even if you don't have money, there's ways to partner with people, like to launch a software, or set up some sort of equity thing, or even just put in a lot of your profit, because it's going to save you a significant amount of money if you get rid of that task, so you can start focusing on the stuff that's really going to make your business money. And if your business idea is terrible to begin with, then you probably used to save like a year of your life focusing on lower stuff, and the whole business wasn't going to work out anyway. You can kind of fail and redo the idea. So I think you can see how important all this is. And this is all the basic outline of what you're going to get: the course, the software, all just on the front end altogether. Okay,
awesome. So let's talk about what's the entry price to pick up the front end.
Yeah, so it will be $67 to get access to both, and that includes all the training. Be able to download all the training, the software with all the features. There's nothing like an OTO offer where it's like, well, now you have to pay this to really get access to it. There's nothing like that, so you're getting everything on the front end as it relates to the software and the training. Okay,
fantastic. And but are you saying there's no other upsells at all, or?
Oh yeah, there are some other upsells. Now, if you want to get the rights to resell the software and the training, then you can upgrade to the OTO 1. And basically what that lets you do is you can go out now and sell accounts of the software and the training to anyone you want. So I know that there's a lot of like reseller opportunities in the JV Zoom, Warrior Plus niche, and white label products and stuff like that. But the problem with those is that first of all, the product's already been launched, and it's a very small kind of business to business market. So a lot of people don't have success. But with this opportunity, there's really millions and millions of customers. You can sell this to your grandma if you wanted, because productivity is something that every single person needs. So you don't have to just do a launch with JVZoo. You can focus on the fitness niche, or be a consultant and sell it to whoever you want to sell it to. So that's an offer that a lot of people will probably be interested in. Nice. Now there's a few other upsells as well.
Before we continue, I just got an idea popped into my head. Can you use this, for example, say you're a personal trainer, you've got 4 clients, can you use this to set up their calendars and do their micro tasks, or will that actually be, will you rather than sell it to each of them so they manage their own task? You know what I mean? Does it have that flexible, that scalability to, I mean, even your own business? So that's why I'm asking, does it go to that scale? So for example, you've got your software company, your developer has got his tasks, he can set it up and you can see each other's tasks and stuff like that, or is this more like for individuals?
The front end is just for individual, but if you want to get your clients on it, if you want to work as a team and kind of create accounts for your employees to make them, you're higher up and you have some clients in business already, then that's what you would want the OTO 1.
Okay, awesome.
Now, also, there's another OTO, and this is a collection of recommended outsourcers and developers and freelancers. So, obviously, we talked about, you should be outsourcing the lower leverage stuff in your business. And instead of going out and trying to find people and wasting time, you're going to get access to already proven people, a list that we've compiled, plus some recommended tools that you can get access to save even more time.
Yeah.
And then the last OTO is just a collection of already done for you resources. So obviously, if someone just creates the whole business for you or creates resources, at least, that's a way to save a lot of time. So you get access to done for you images, videos, some softwares as well that you can go out and use however you like as lead magnets or resell or put into funnels, whatever you like to save even more time.
Okay, cool. And I mean, just to be clear, there's some tasks you can outsource and others not. So, for example, doing the actual training exercise, you can't outsource that. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah. Well, I think just about everything could be given to an employee or outsourced at one point.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's there's some things that you probably want to focus on yourself, especially for Yeah.
Okay, no, awesome. Any other things you want to add? I think we've covered everything. Again, I think this is a great thing to kind of put you on the right road to follow whatever. So I mean, like you said, there's a lot of shiny videos and products out there. But I mean, at the end of the day, you have to focus on one thing to get it working. But this is a great product that can help you focus on anything, but still focus on one business goal. Use this product to reach that goal through smaller steps. But anything else from your side, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, it's just time is really our most valuable asset. Mm-hmm. And I know that there are some people on the call that they're not going to take action, and then they're going to continue to buy the latest hacks or shiny click apps and think that that's going to bring the money in. Yep. And then they're going to be stuck at the same place next year, and then they're going to be stuck at the same place 5 years, and they're going to be stuck at the next place 10 years from now, because time goes by pretty quickly if you think about it. So the question is, do you want to really save time and get somewhere and accomplish something fast, or do you want to, on the other hand, continue what you're doing, keep in the same spot, kind of hope that it works out eventually at some point? There's two choices you can go on, and I understand that this isn't going to be for everyone, but for those who they're ready for the next step to start really making real money online, then this is probably something you probably want to pick up as the price will be increasing every couple hours whenever it launches. So
one more thing, I mean, like we said, it's for any goal. So it's even if you're happy working in a 9 to 8 to 5 job, you could set micro goals for your next position you want to achieve. So you put your goal, what's the micro goals you need to do? Because, I mean, to get to a promotion, whatever, it doesn't take a day or a week. It's over a long period of time that you have to accomplish small little goals to eventually get to the big one. So and I agree with you. This is essentially for anyone that want to set a goal and want to actually reach it, but not make it overwhelming. Break it up into smaller goals, which is more achievable, and before you know it, you get your bigger goal done.
Exactly. Got it.
Fantastic, man. Ben, I want to thank you again for joining us on the show today. I'm sure this is your first time, but I'm sure I'm going to see you on here again. I want to wish you all the best for the launch. Just to remind everyone, it's on 26th of October at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And I'm not sure if we covered, there's an early bird, or is it going to be fixed price throughout the launch?
So the price is going to be increasing every few hours. So make sure to get there right at 11 a.m. for the lowest price possible. And then there'll be countdown clock showing when the next little price bump is going to be. Yeah. So we will be raising it throughout the launch.
Yeah, so I'll be sure to let you guys know as soon as it goes live. And so be sure to click the link below to pick this up at the best price possible. Again, awesome piece of software. And Ben also will throw us a few special bonuses in there, which you'll find inside. So, yes, But enough of that. Ben, again, thank you, and I'll speak to you again soon.
All right, thanks for having me on.
And there you go, guys. This is the only product of its kind I know that's out there. If you want to learn how to be committed, how to be effective, and manage your time to the maximum, because that's the only thing we can't get back, then I'll recommend you to pick this up and start organizing your life in order to be successful with whatever business venture you're following. Now, if you pick this up through my link, I've organized some awesome bonuses with Ben, especially for my behind the launch customers. So if you pick it up through my link, you'll get access to all those bonuses. And please be sure to subscribe and also leave a comment in order for me to make this the best show possible for you guys. That's it from me, Pieter DuPreez.